Letting go isn't giving up. It's a radical act of emotional clarity that frees us from the exhausting grip of control. In a world obsessed with outcomes, real peace begins when we stop resisting reality and start living it. Letting go is not weakness. It's not spiritual fluff. It's not giving up, and it's definitely not avoidance. If anything, it's the most radical psychological and existential act a person can undertake in a world obsessed with control, productivity, and predictive certainty. In my work as a psychotherapist, I often see clients, especially high-functioning, hyper-responsible, skeptical ones, cling to the illusion that control equals safety. But if we're honest, that grasping doesn't bring peace. It breeds anxiety, rigidity, perfectionism, and burnout. Letting go isn't about stepping back from life. It's about stepping into it, without the delusion that we can dictate how it will unfold. The psychological evidence is clear. The tighter we grip what we can't control, the more we suffer. Research in acceptance and commitment therapy shows that psychological flexibility, the ability to stay present and adapt to circumstances, is a key predictor of mental health. This flexibility isn't passive. It requires clarity of values and the courage to act meaningfully in spite of uncertainty. Letting go doesn't mean detaching from what matters. It means releasing ourselves from the tyranny of needing things to turn out exactly as we imagined. We live in a culture that feeds on control narratives. Self-help slogans promise that if you just think positively, visualize your goals, and work harder, you can shape life to your will. But these messages are, quite frankly, dangerous. They pathologize failure and human vulnerability, and quietly suggest that if you're struggling, it must be because you didn't manifest hard enough. Letting go, by contrast, is rooted in reality. It acknowledges that life is unpredictable, that outcomes are rarely linear, and that some of the most meaningful things in life, love, growth, healing, emerge from surrender, not strategy. There's a paradox here. The more we let go of trying to control outcomes, the more agency we actually gain. Why? Because our energy shifts from battling what we can't change toward engaging fully with what we can. Our actions, our intentions, our presence. Letting go is not about giving up on effort. It's about giving up on control as a condition for peace. When we release ourselves from the burden of having to know, fix, or predict everything, we become freer to respond wisely to what is actually unfolding. Research on worry and rumination shows that excessive preoccupation with the future is linked to anxiety disorders, depression, and diminished problem-solving ability. But worry is seductive. It feels like doing something. Clients often say, if I stop worrying, it means I don't care. But worry is not care. It's control dressed up in the costume of concern. True care is rooted in presence, not projection. Letting go means trusting yourself enough to face the unknown without rehearsing every possible catastrophe. There is also a spiritual truth here, one that psychology is only beginning to reclaim. Life is not a machine. It's not a code we can hack or a sequence we can optimize. It's a living, breathing mystery. We don't know why some people recover from trauma and others don't. We don't know why love ends or begins. We can't predict with certainty how our actions will ripple across time. This isn't failure. It's the nature of existence. Letting go is in part a spiritual act. It's an acknowledgement that we are participants in life, not its architects. As Carl Jung wrote, we cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. Letting go is acceptance in motion. It is the psychological and spiritual art of making peace with what is. This isn't a call to nihilism or passivity. It's a call to mature engagement. Letting go doesn't mean you stop striving. It means you stop striving under duress, as if your worth, your security, your identity depend on everything going according to plan. It means you start aligning with life rather than arm wrestling it. That alignment doesn't mean everything will feel good, but it does mean you'll suffer less in the places that are unnecessary. And in therapy, that's often the turning point. When people stop trying to control their grief, or their partner, or their future, and start living in relationship with their actual experience. To let go is to grieve. To let go is to acknowledge limits. To let go is to trust that you don't need to know the whole path in order to take the next step. In this sense, letting go is both a psychological process and a mystical orientation. It invites humility, honesty, and presence. It asks us to stop performing control and to start participating in the living texture of our own lives. In the end, letting go might be the most courageous thing we ever do. Not because it's easy, but because it's real. And reality, when we stop resisting it, has a way of carrying us exactly where we need to go.